Stan, where you from, Stan?
I'm from Atlanta.
You from Atlanta, right? Like, you from, what's some good parts of Atlanta? You from Buckhead? Where you from?
Campbellton.
Who?
Campbellton.
Campbellton. Shit, that's the hood, right? You from the hood, right? Campbellton, right? So, go back to Deuteronomy 28, right? So, what we are explaining and what we are bringing out is the people that live in these type of communities, that live in the ghettos, live in the slums, that we are God's people. We are the children of Israel.
Right.
But I know it don't look like it because of the area, because of where we came from and where we at the point. But according to the Bible, we are God's chosen people.
Right.
And we're going to prove that. You remember the brother was saying, because we didn't do something, we ended up in this situation. What didn't we do for God to make us be in this situation that we're in now?
Follow Christ.
Do what?
Follow Christ.
Right. Follow Christ, right? But it was something else. Starts with an L. We didn't follow his what? Like here in America, everything is governed based off a word that starts with an L. And if you don't do it, you go to jail. Laws. So we, as a people, didn't follow God's laws, right? So in result of not following his laws, these are the things that happened to us. Slavery happened to us. Us being in these communities that we in. You say you live in Campbellton. I know how Campbellton is. Campbellton Road. They got a church on almost every corner on Campbellton Road, right? Out there in Campbellton. Listen, ain't nothing out there. It's hood as hell. They got abandoned buildings and all that all over there. That place right there where you grew up, that place, that's the slums, that's the ghettos. That's what we call it here in America, the trap. You know what I'm saying? A lot of God's people, we're going to end up in that condition because we did not keep his ways. Watch, we're going to read that. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15, right? Read that, nice and slow.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if we did not listen to God, Stan, right? Read. Stanley or Stan? Stan, right? Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these what?
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God is saying, all these curses shall come upon us and overtake us, right? And you say you from Campbellton Road, right? You from Campbellton Road, right? So what's some things that goes on in Campbellton Road that will make your community cursed? Fighting, shooting, what else? Killing, stealing. Pretty much everything negative that happens in the community, it happens in our communities, right? Watch, the Bible gonna say that, right? Verse 16, read that.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So God is saying, wherever our people at, wherever the Israelites at, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, wherever you live, wherever you dwell in the city, you're going to be cursed.
Right.
He says, cursed shall thou be in the city. That's why our cities are like these. That's why when other people come here, like other nations, they come here, they stay clear away from us. You understand? It's not hard to know the difference between the ghetto and a nice place to live. Hell, you could drive. You could be driving through Atlanta. You could be driving through Atlanta, and you would know when you in the damn hood. You see homeless people everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see brothers on the corner, pants hanging below their ass. You understand? God is saying, wherever you live, wherever you dwell, you're going to be cursed. Read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shall thou be in the field. How you doing, my brother? What point in time, what point in history have we been cursed in the field? Hey, don't leave, Stan. Don't leave, Stan. You gotta go? You ain't got like 5 more minutes to hear God's words about why we cursed and how to get out of these curses that we in? You got time for that? I know you got time for that, man. Ain't nothing more important than hearing God's words right here. This is what's missing in our communities, right? You said stealing and killing and all that happens in our communities, right? Campbellton Road. I guarantee you something probably already happened over there right now on Campbellton Road. Somebody probably got put to death, selling drugs. All that stuff is going on in our communities, right? Why is it happening? Remember why God says it's happening. Why is it happening again, Stan? Because we didn't follow his commandments. We didn't keep his commandments. So I just read to the brother in Deuteronomy 28, verse 16, it says that we was going to be cursed in the city and in the field. So how was we cursed in the field? That's my question to you. What's your name, by the way? KC and Stan. How was we cursed in the field?
Just how we move around
You said the jobs that we move around the earth. That's a point. Like physically wise, like think about it. Like how old are you?
46.
You 46, right? So you got some age on me. I'm 33, right? So a particular point in time, we was cursed in the field. When I mean field, it means outside, outdoors. Like slavery, right? Like you see on this picture right here, right? This is during the time of slavery. We was cursed in the fields. What was we doing in the fields? Right, working, feeling the land. What else we was doing in the field, Stan? Working, right? Was we getting paid to work or what? What was we doing?
Working for pennies on the dollar.
So we was getting paid to work when we was in the fields?
Or nah, they was like, nah, they didn't.
Nah, we wasn't getting nothing. Nada. We wasn't getting no money. We was getting whipped. Keep picking, nigga. That was that. We wasn't getting no work for that. We was getting paid for what we was doing. We built this country and we don't see no benefits from building this country.
That's
Right here. Read it again. Read it again.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
So cursed shall be thy basket in thy store. What is a basket known for? What do you do with a basket? You carry it, right? But it's what else can you do with a basket? You put stuff in it, right? As a community right now, do we all have baskets? Meaning, do we have like money saved up? Do we have like, if something bad was to happen right now in the black community, like when COVID hit, when COVID-19 first had hit, a lot of our people was running in the stores trying to buy everything that they could buy at the time because we didn't have that basket. We don't have things stored up. We don't have those things for our children. If you, God forbid, if you was to die, would your kids be taken care of? Do you have anything stored for them? You got stuff in line for them? But on average, our people, we don't have that. We don't have that. When you die, your debt goes to your children. They got to take care of your debt now because we don't have that. Those things, those structures is not in place. So God is saying the basket is going to be cursed. And your storehouse, or storehouse is where you store your food and your crops and all those kind of things, your herds. At one point in time, we had those things, meaning goes into investments and those things. And just in case you fall on hard times, you can still sustain yourself because you have the natural resources with you. God is saying you're going to be cursed in that. Us as a people, we're very cursed in that because we live check to check right now. Right now, we live check to check. Right now, if we don't get a paycheck, the rent office going to be knocking on the door saying, yo, where your money at? You got 3 days to come up with this money. After you don't come up with this money within 3 days, we're going to give you 10 days. When 10 days come, you don't got that money, we taking you to court. Now you're going to get charged with all kind of court fees and all that. That's being cursed, right? Read on. Let's see what else we got. Give me verse 32. 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Okay. So God is saying you're going to be cursed to the point where your sons and your daughters shall be given to another people. What is that? That's slavery, right? That's slavery. Now, y'all seen Django, you seen Roots, have you seen 12 Years a Slave, where they came and they took our children, right? And there was nothing we could do about it, right? It says, read it again one time for me.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look, and fare with longing for them all the day long.
So it's not like you giving your children away for free, you giving your kids away. It says they're going to be taken from you. Your children are going to be taken from you, and you're going to miss them. You're going to want them. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't get your children back. Read.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
There go that power. You didn't have no power to get your children back. That's like right now. Let's bring it current to today. If DFACS deem you unfit, what can happen? They can take your kids. They can take your children right from you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Now you got to go back and forth to court to try to make sure, to try to say that you're a fit parent to get your children back. These are curses that God put on us for breaking His laws.
That's right.
Breaking His laws. These are the things that we did against God. But is that the end all be all? No, that's not. You have children, right? Okay. So when you do something against your children, well, if your children do something against you, right? And what would happen? They get disciplined, right? That's the same thing that's happening to us right now. We're being disciplined by God. We're being disciplined by God. Now I got a real quick question. Now so far, does this sound accurate about us being the children of God? Now I only read you about 2 scriptures showing you that we are the children of God, just based off of those just 2 scriptures right now. So are you familiar with what's going on in the news right now? That's my question to both of y'all. Y'all know what's going on in the news. As far as over there in the land of Israel and with the Palestinians. Y'all know what's going on over there? A little bit? Tell me what you know. What's going on over there?
I know there's some kind of regime that's kind of trying to take over the Israelites.
You said some kind of regime is going over there?
Trying to take over, you know, whatever ways they have, they're trying to take land from, you know, the people, the good people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's trying to take what land? Okay, the so-called Jewish people, right? They live over there in the land of Israel, right? And you have Palestinians that live over there too, which is Arabs. They live over there too as well. So you got 2 nations that's pretty much fighting right now at the time. But one of them calls himself Jewish, right? So if you're familiar with the Bible, right? What was Jesus? What was he?
The Son.
He was what?
The Son of God.
He was, of course, he was the Son of God. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that real quick, right? Because as being the Israelites, I'm going to go basic as possible. Being the Israelites, right? Meaning you came from Abraham. You familiar with Abraham? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob had 2 sons. No, Isaac had 2 sons, right? Stay with me. Jacob had 12 sons. I'm sorry. Jacob had 12 sons, right? He had 12 sons. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. You understand? His name was changed to Israel. And these are his children. You understand? So they would be the Jews. They would be called the Israelites. These will be called the Israelites. But you got a whole nother nation, a whole nother nationality of people in that land that say that they are you. They say that they are you. They say that that's their land over there. Do you believe that to be true? What's your name right here with the black shirt on that's turning around? What's your name, young brother? Justin, right? So are you familiar with that history that I just explained? That who we came from?
They kind of flip the Bible scripts around.
You said what now?
They kind of flip the words around in the Bible, so I don't have too much knowledge.
You said they kind of flip the words around in the Bible?
I don't know who they are.
All right, so don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Hold on real quick before you go. All right, so let me show you something. Give me that in Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. Because I want you to know, I want you and you to know that we are the greatest people on the face of this planet. You are so great that a whole nation of people wanted your place. They wanted your place. They wanted to be you. They wanted to serve your God, but we didn't want to serve our God. You understand? They want to be like you so bad. Watch this. This is what God feels about those people. He's telling you what these people just did to you. Read this.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation.
So God says he know our work and our tribulations. We work hard as a people. We were brought here in slavery, Jim Crow, all these laws and everything that happened to us. We work hard. God knows our tribulation. He knows our struggle, what it is and what it means to be a so-called black man here in America and all over the world. God says, I know these things, right? Read.
And poverty.
And poverty. Majority of our people are in poverty. We live from check to check. We out here trying to survive. A lot of our people trying to get money. Their whole focus is to get money because we are in a poor estate. You understand? Read on.
But thou art rich.
But God says, regardless of that, regardless of the state that you're in right now, you are rich. We are rich because the kingdom and the promises in that land of Israel was promised to be given to us. That place is ours. If we kept God's laws, that place was ours. So you got 2 nations that's fighting for your land. They fighting for your birthright over there right now. They're killing each other over your land. That's your land. That's our land. Read it again.
I know thy works and tribulation
Come on with
and
it.
poverty,
Read.
but thou art rich.
Read.
To me of them which say they are Jews,
And God says, I know the blasphemies. Blasphemies means lies.
Right.
I know the lies that they say that they're what?
that they are Jews,
Or what?
and are not.
God says they are not the Jews.
Yes.
You are the Jew.
Yes.
The so-called black man here in America today and all over the world, we are the Jews.
Yes.
We are the children of God. We're proving that we are the Jews. Give me that Deuteronomy 28:68. We are the Jews. We are the biblical Jews. We are God's children. A lot of us don't know these things. That's why we kill each other. That's why we steal from one another. That's why we have hatred towards one another, because we don't know who we are. But you have a whole nother nation of people that know who you are, and they will never tell you this. They will never tell you that. Deuteronomy 28:68. This is how we know for a fact that we are the children of God. Read this.
Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God is saying,
Say he's going to bring his children into Egypt again. Now remember, are you familiar with what happened with the children of Israel when they were in Egypt? All right, so we were in Egypt for 400 years serving under the Egyptians, right? So Moses came into the picture, and Moses helped redeem us from out of Egypt. He helped redeem us from out of Egypt, right? So we got redeemed from Egypt. We served 400 years in bondage under the Egyptians. So God destroyed the Egyptians, right? So God is saying, I'm going to put you in that position again. But this time, read it again nice and slow for me.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God is saying, I'm going to put you into slavery again, but this time your mode of transportation is going to be by ships.
that's right. Bring it up.
You are going to go into slavery again with ships. Who did that happen to? Did that happen to the so-called Jewish man over there that's in your land right now? Young brother right here. Young brother right here. Did that happen to the so-called white man? Did he go on cargo slave ships? Or was he sold over the world? Sister right here. Sister right here with the Thrasher hoodie on. This right here. Did this happen to any other nation? Come close. Did this happen to any other nation? This did not happen to any other nation. Brother with the gray hoodie that's walking away. Why did this happen to us? Why did this happen to us? Brother right here with the black on. Justin. Where you going, Justin? Where you going, Justin? Ain't nowhere for you to go right now, bro. We just read that the children of Israel, your people, God is saying you're going to be put on cargo slave ships and sold all over the world. Did that not happen? Did that not happen, right? That happened to us. What are we proving? We're proving that we are the Jews, that we are the biblical Israelites. But why did this happen to us? Why did God got mad with us and put us on ships and sold us all over the world? Why did he do this to us? That's my question to you, Justin.
Maybe he wanted us stronger together.
He did what?
Maybe he wanted us stronger together.
He wanted us stronger together. Now remember, we was already strong together before this even happened. Before this stuff happened, we were already together. We were together. I'm going to show you why he did this to us. Go back to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. This is why God did this to his children. Read that.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments,
So if we did not do all his commandments, read.
and his statutes,
Come on with it.
which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these what?
curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So all these curses, Justin, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing.
It's a bad thing. So God says all these evil things, if you don't keep my commandments, I'm going to do all these evil things to you. Because we didn't keep God's commandments. So let me ask you, do you know any of God's commandments?
No, sir.
All right, have you ever heard of the 10 Commandments?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's a part of his commandments. So what do you know out of the 10 Commandments? I'm going to pick your brain a little bit. What you know out of the 10 Commandments?
I just know that there's 10 commandments.
Okay, you don't know any of them out of the 10 Commandments?
No, sir.
All right, okay. So, you see this brother working right here with that hoodie on. If I was to go up to him and pull out a gun and shoot him in the head, am I justified for that? Is that right? So what is that called?
A commitment?
No, it's not a commitment. What did I just do to him?
Committed a crime.
I'm crying, but what did I do to him? It's in the commandments. Which crime is it? What crime would it fall under? If I got convicted, right? Police came, right, locked me up, and I had to go to the judge. And the judge said, you did this to this man. What is that called?
Murder?
You murdered him. You killed him. Give me that. Exodus 20. We're going to go basics. We're going to go right to the basics. These are some of the commandments that our people today, we don't follow.
Right.
We don't follow. This is one of the reasons why we ended up here on the ship. We were cursed because we wasn't following the commandments. That's one of them. So read that. Deuteronomy 28. You got it for me? Thou shalt not kill. Read that.
Exodus 20 and verse 13.
Come on with it.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill. Do we do that? Do we practice that here in America in our communities? Do we practice that in our communities? Thou shalt not kill?
Oh, no.
No, hell no, we don't do that. We don't do that. We do the opposite. We kill one another in our communities, right? We kill each other. God says you can't kill. Thou shalt not kill. What about the women in our community? You think they follow that too? Thou shalt not kill? They don't? How do the women don't follow that? How?
They set their own brothers up.
They do what?
They set their own brothers up.
They set their own brothers up, you're right, to get killed. But it's something else that a lot of sisters do. A lot of sisters do. Let me ask you something. You got a girlfriend? How old are you, matter of fact?
19.
19. You a virgin?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay. Now, say you lay down with the sister, right? And you know what? You say, you know what? I don't really like you no more. I don't want to deal with you no more. I'm gonna move on to the next. But before you move on to the next, she call you and say, yo, I'm pregnant. And you said, so? It ain't mine. So, do what you do about it. So she goes down to the clinic and she gets the baby removed from her, right? So what is that called?
Adultery?
No, it's not adultery. What did she did? Because she had a living soul that was in her body. She killed it.
Right.
Thou shalt not kill. So that goes, we don't follow that in our communities. I'm showing you that we were cursed because we don't keep his commandments. We don't keep his commandments. It looks strange to you, right? You like, what's going on? I'm going to go basic. I'm going to go to the first commandment of their own. Give me verse, Exodus, is that 20 and 3? There should be no gods before me. Read that. Read that.
Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee.
All right, hold on. How you doing, my brother, right here? You good? All right, so what I'm bringing out to Justin is that the reason why we ended up on cargo slave ships and sold all over the world is because we didn't keep God's commandments, right? So we were going over some commandments that we don't keep in our own neighborhoods, right? In our own communities. So I just brought up to Justin one of the commandments that we don't keep. Justin, what was one of the commandments that we don't keep in our neighborhoods? Thou shalt not kill. We don't keep that. We kill one another at enormous rates, right?
Right.
I got something else on why we ended up on cargo slave ships and sold all over the world. And something that God don't like that you doing. Give me Corinthians. You know what I want? There we go. Get it. You already know. With that same vein, I got Justin, where you going, bro? Where you going, Just Blaze, where you going, man? Come on, man. You ain't got nowhere to go. Whole time I'm telling you, this, you never heard this before. Now, what thou shalt not kill, watch how this is going to happen right now. I want you to look at this brother right here. Is he in that sin right now, thou shalt not kill? Just look at him. Just pay attention. Just look at him. I want to see if you catch it. So, thou shalt not kill is not, he's not doing anything right now, right? You say no. Oh, man. Got it. He already know. You said you doing what? You hurting yourself. Let's see what the Bible says. Read this. Read this.
First Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16.
Read it out.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
So God is saying you are the temple of God. You are God, man. God said you are his temple. You are his temple. We are his temple. Read on.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
So God's Spirit's supposed to dwell in you. And in you, Justin, and in you, sister. Read.
If any man defile the temple,
If any man do what?
if any man defile the temple,
Read.
him shall God destroy.
So God is going to destroy him. No disrespect to you, but God is he going to destroy you if you don't stop what? Stop smoking. Because what are you doing? You're killing yourself slowly. You understand? Thou shalt not kill. So I just showed you that he's killing himself. That applies to him as well. That applies to all of us in our community.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word